Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to 140,000 Rogue Trader. We're carrying on right where we were. We're just at the top of the circling this arid world here in the passage where we went down and had a look at the ruins with the thing with the Kniffy blade. Okay. Yeah, which we gave to our dude here. We really need to find some upgrades for some of the weapons. But anyway, we are trying to head to... Got Dargonus there. Save the Aldari survivors. Deal with the shipments for Kiva Gamma. That's where we're trying to get to. So... off we go. An uncharted system. Let's have a look what we got here. Starship remnants. A planet. A space hog. Let's go here first. Gas world. Let's head to this here space hog. The organs have detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of the wreckage remains unclear. Pick up several pieces. Some of the wreckage has been plastic, the rest is an unknown material. Stone fragments. Further, it is not impossible due to severe corrosive damage. Non-metallic fragments also bear burn marks. There's been a fight. The organ reports that it has registered no evidence of a disaster that could have produced such debris. Okay. Begin the scam. Yeah, we haven't got any. Oh well. Smuggler's cash. Ooh. Nice. Starship remains. I'm assuming there was a luck here between whoever this was and whoever... Okay. What have we got here? Ooh. The crew has discovered a hidden valley littered with thousands of animal skeletons. All good data suggests some kind of sleeping gas vent there. It's like the animals I didn't realise they headed for a trap, or even came here to die on purpose. Study the gas if we can. After a series of experiments, the ship's weapons have been able to perfect a few different types of ammunition. Ooh. Yeah, glass grenades. Here we've got a few of them. Okay. Back to the main map then. There's a route here. Cool. Right, Lord Captain, the world of Falstone has been upset by a conflict in the followers of the Order of the Hammer and the refugees from Winterscale's dynasty domain. An argument broke out near the tomb of the renowned holy man Nicomedes Keith, and the tomb was damaged in the fray. The pilgrims, revering Keith's revival, Philomedes of Mapalai, claimed Keith to be a thief who had stolen the relic of St. Cognatius and violated the sacred mystery of his resting place to sate his greed. The Order of the Hammer is furious at the heretical statements and the desecration of Keith's burial site. St. Nicomedes Keith is a missionary who arrived in the Expanse alongside the founders of the Order of the Hammer, offering them invaluable guidance for colonising Falstone. He converted many worlds to the Imperial Creed. His most famous feat was his search for the burial site of the legendary preacher St. Cognitus, who conquered the Expanse thousands of years ago. Leaving behind scores of relics, Keith was able to track down some of those relics. The order was named after the power hammer of St. Cognitus, Piety's charge. Philomedes of Malpalai is a priest from Winterscale's realm. He preached in the same times as Nicomedes Keith and denounced him for his false veneration of St. Cognitus. He believed that Cognitus preached the incomprehensibility of the highest wisdom to the people, and that any attempts to learn it can only lead to heresy. He called the search for St. Cognitus' burial site as blasphemy, and the collection of relics looting and soliciting. In his opinion, the sacred objects should be congregated in one place. Sorry, should not be congregated in one place, but should find haven across many worlds. The relics are power, and their aggravation gives way to pride. I'll say my advisors. For a group just arrived in a foreign realm, the Malpians' conduct is insoluble at best. Penance should be imposed on them. We'll send them on a pilgrimage to find the relics of St. Cognitus and learn the ways of St. Keith. In this way, they will be of use, returning the lost relics, and the Order of the Hammer will be satisfied with a just verdict. There are similar theological disputes at the Fifth Orphean Council, and the conflict between the two cults was resolved in a sacred duel. 20 champions from each side came forward, both sides vowing to accept the victor's teachings. If they lost, I propose to invoke the council's edict and settle the dispute the same way. They believe their faith is superior, then let them prove it. Subject them to severe tests of faith. If they survive it, they will have proven their steadfastness. Even if the Order of the Hammer does not accept their arguments, it would be easy for them to recognise the newcomer's right to interpret the way of St. Cognitus they prove their own blood and pain. Yeah. That'll not cause us any more trouble. Builder gains 5% chance to reduce incoming warp damage, but Several thousand refugees were sent on pilgrimage of penance to search for the bag of St. Cognitus. Many believe it's just a way to get rid of these inconvenient people. The Order of the Hammer thanked the Lord Captain for his protection, staying true to the agreements between them. Cool. The High Throne is done. So reputation and complacency. No. 1,000 place relative, dogmatic, complacency, efficiency. Ooh. I'm a sucker for a nice flamer. Janice is almost done as well. What can I say? What can I say? I'm a sucker for a decent flamer. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital world of the Von Blows is finally at an end. Dragonis is straight ahead. We've seen countless greetings. Your subs like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captain's taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dragonis race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favour, to make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Dragonis the rogue trader is coming home. It will be done. Lord Captain, I'm pleased to accompany you during your visit to Dragonis, so I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, a servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodore on Dragonis. I am counting on your benevolence. There's an Adeptus Mechanicus ship in the way, so we'll quickly stop and see that. Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magos Talaris' delegation intends to board our ship and gain knowledge from the Lordship. This is exactly how he phrased it. He intends, not simply requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect their opponents who are interacting with the laity. It is regrettable. What do they want? The Honourable Servant the Omnissiah has ignored our requests. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It appears to be part of their intimidation tactics. Punish them for their disrespect by letting them dock at the furthest, most dilapidated airlock so it takes them eternity to traverse the ship. A most humane punishment. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. We won't bring the Eldar, but we will bring Cassia. I think this is a good idea. I don't really want them, the Mechanicus, to know I've got an Eldari on board. That would not go well.
Inquisitorial approval.
Come on, you. A group dressed in the crimson of the priest of the Marbles walks towards you, their gaze is fixed on Pasqual. You know the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiry looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hooding on his face, you recognise him as Opticon 22 whom you encountered on footfall. The enormous tech piece points his hand at Pasqual and lets out a booming roar, not like a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servals of skulls marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake, and they blare shrilly, "Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pasqual Hoyneman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest." The hunched servant of the Omnicide tells you, "Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies would like to inform you of the necessity of / conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit of the Rogue Traders' territory." You identify a rare armour in the enormous tech it's wearing as secure as plated mechanised suit. It carries the input in many battles as mark is announced its status as a relic. Some of the armour's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The silvers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then convulsions shake the test priest's body and a painful hissing sound comes from his vox. The tall priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There's an air of concern about the way Freaksy glances over his fellows, scrutinising his condition. "Who are you?" "An instrument of the Omnisar authorized to punish and exact vengeance, known by the designation Tarsus Hoyneman. Identification codes recognized and confirmed. These are the units who they declare to identify us to be." "On what charge are you trying to amend the rest of my menu?" This heretic is accused of stealing personal information codes, spreading arch heresy to the world of Giva Kama, and making an attempt on the life of the servant of the Omnisire. The deafening roar from the tech priest Fox makes you grimace in pain. You touched your ear and noticed blood on your fingers. The faulty unit be removed. In the name of the Omnisire, I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armour. Agony resounds in the blare of his vox alarm. In contrast, Pasqual speaks quietly and coldly. "You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable." "The statement is false. Tech brother Tarsus Hoyneman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which however does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pasqual Hoyneman. We have information that implicates you, having learned that you are / a member of the retinue / a maintenance specialist in the service of / Rogue Trader Valencius. We have come here with the goal of meeting, intercepting, engaging you in combat." Does the big fella have to roar? Negative. Upon completing his sanctification procedure, Tech Brother Tarsius found modified his orgatic augments algorithms in order never to desecrate, sully, tarnish his mouth box cognitive process with flesh speak. Mine is a pure binaric tongue that preserves only what is true and shuns scrap data. Are you saying this bloodthirsty og is a saint? This statement is true. Brother Tarsus has the /honour of wearing /authorization to wear / the sacred battle harness that belonged to Magos Militant or Spectre Gracchus, one of the first champions of the faith / holy scouts / to join the cause of conquering the Colonus Expanse. After his death / the termination of his vital functions at the hands of Xenos, his damaged Goliath class armour was preserved and given the status of relic. The Adeptus Mechanicus regards this act as voluntary /martyrdom / self-destruction for the glory of the Deus Mechanicus. This battle harness is classified as Cogni armor, the machine spirit living in it strong and wise, but it took major damage during the course of Magos Gracchus' last battle. Besides sacred litanies and imperatives to the service of the Omnisire, the armor broadcasts continuous signals of suffering and agony into Tech Brother Tarsus' mind. Wait a minute, what's happening on Kiva Gamma? According to the Vox interception, the planet's fabricator sensor made /incorrect /blasphemous /modifications to the manufacturer and working procedures, which qualifies as a lapse into sacrilege. The Adeptus Mechanicus are hereby officially notifying House von Valensis of having commenced an investigation into /operation to remove fabricator sensor Cubis Delphim. Estimated time to procedure completion 3.7 solar years. Our data suggests that the unit which used Magos Explorer to Heineman's identification code performed an unauthorized upgrade to the planetary Vox array and introduced data deemed to be scrap code into its operation. The fact points to this criminal complicity with the heretic Cubis Delphim. Pasqual replies firmly for tracking hint. "I deny these charges. I never plotted against my tech comrades. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am the true Magos Explorer Heineman, and I am not guilty." Yeah, proof of confirmation. According to Archive Entry 1E99237, Magos Explorer Tarsus Heineman served on maintained the ship, identified classified, in the capacity of reliquary caretaker. He sustained extensive damage to both the organic and sacred part of his body in /a attempt series of sacrilegious breaches into the right of operation / an assassination attempt. Owing to a statistically fortunate coincidence, / by the undersized grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model sacred battle harness, which would preserve his / vital functions / functionality. Archive entry personally data sealed by the captain of the Identifier classified. For vengeance I thirst as I tread the path of vengeance, following a blasphemous Michi's bloody tracks. Analysis security system showed that the assassins / heretics infiltrated the relic using Tech Brother Tarsus's unique identification code. Someone had stolen or duplicated Brother Tarsus's identity, which is a grade 3 transgression, and the unit making the allegedly criminal claim of being Pasqual Heinemann is known to have previously used / entered / the stolen code. I'm not handing Pasqual over to you unless I see evidence. Let's get to the bottom of this matter. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Activate archiving. Tech Brother Tarsius opposes lay participation in the investigation / search for truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favour of the House von Valencia's representative participation request. Cooperation reviewed on denied. Despite the high standing, members and representatives of von Valencia's are part of the lay uninformed. Okay. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. A request by the Tarsus' consent to co-participation of representative von Valencia's dynasty. Sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse to help from laypersons. I am a cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption. I will carry out the sentence immediately. Pasqual freezes with green light, sparkles up his visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and implies in a plain voice, let the cycle be discontinued. He rears Pascal's words coming from both his own box and Tarsus's. Then every sensor on the executioner's battle harness lights up once, blindingly. The wounded, armoured Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention, prior to notification, service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command, retreat and reinitiate investigations. Pasqual, let's drop you back, all the way over here. I will go forward. Genta, you're going to come down here. Abelard, you there. Cassia, you there. Hendrix, over there. Good hit. Thank you. Hendrix. Round here, please.
I won't object. Let's see to it. The road take you.
Fate shields me.
It's worse than this.
That was not nice.
Go down easy.
Oh. You may not have a choice here, old lad.
I'll see to it personally.
$15 to $22.
For the throne's glory. Let's see to it.
Ah. Hendrix, my lad, you're not doing very well there, are you?
On it.
I think I may have dashed him out a bit too far in front here.
Mr. Van Calox, you can't die here.
Sister Argenta. Let's.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Swap to your shotgun.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak.
That worked. Cassia.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Who, if not me? I'll make it happen.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Good.
Indeed. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
That works. Oh. Okay, okay.
It's as good as done.
I'd rather not. I will do my duty.
Yep.
I'll make it happen.
Good hit.
My ears are ringing.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
Another fur painted black. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Next up. Yep, let's use this.
Indeed. It will be done. One view at a time.
Nicely done. Argenta needs to pull back here, I think. Okay.
Here's my perfect moment.
Follow my lead.
Stick him.
Weapon call.
Stick him again.
Thank you. Indeed. An exemplary strike. Victory is imminent.
Who if not me? On it.
Switch out. Bang.
I'll make
Cough, 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 cough.
I'll do it.
Press the wrong button. Never mind. Switch weapon, if you could.
As the Emperor commands.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
If I may, try to die with grace, at least.
Well, that worked. Requesting cessation of hostilities. What did you do to Tarsus? Unable to fulfill requests, the Omnissiah granted me an epiphany, and I muted the maimed machine spirit that was being tasked in my fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Lycab Minoris when I appealed to the machine spirit and without functioning mechanism get laid to us. Help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarsus Heinemann is dead, has been disabled. Material assets beyond restoration or reused as spare parts. Despite misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnissiah. I'm sorry you had to kill a comrade. I also regret having negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accused of unit identifying itself as Pasqual Heinemann of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately arrest and execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to stop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. Tech Brother Tarsus and the machine spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs and am requisitioning Tarsus Heinemann's neural augmetic for the purpose of preserving his blessed memory. When the Storage Test Suite lists on, Pasqual leans over the slain man's body and extracts an augmetic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. With each word, Pasquale's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony your Tech Brother Tarsus was in. His unbridled pain spurred faith imitated you, yet intimidated you, yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voice to proclaim the machine spirit with his mind had merged was morbidly affected. The imperative of reverence has paralyzed your will. You still watch the tragedy unfold in silence. The Sixth Universal Law states that comprehension is the true path to knowledge, and yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There's a clang as Opticon's knee presses to the floor. Crimson hooded rose about, let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring of Pascal visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, Tech Comrade. Request denied. The Kappa Thread supply line in delegation is leaving. Dargonis expands gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire and proclamation of intent to return to footfall to resume performing its regular functions. Pascal Mechadenway briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. What do we get? A new Omnissiah axe, an ambar chainsword, and a stub carbine. Excuse me. Plenty more stub carbines and stuff to go around. Okay. Not as good as what I'm wearing. Is what she's wearing. Is what he's wearing. His is better. His is the same. Hers is the same. I will keep it though, you never know. It's not as good, which is a shame. Melter gun. She can't lug it, which is a shame. So I do like melters. What do you have on your feet? I don't like them. Don't like the idea of losing awareness. There we go.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Back to the bridge. What I think I'll do is find him a shield, my Inquisitor. Get rid of that stick off his back and give him a flamer. Give him the flamer that you want to get when I finish building. That will be a good plan. Off we go to the Bombalensis Palace. Now, Hendrix, you remain back. I want the Eldar here. Sniper, sniper, shock troop, assault troop, close range, close range. That works for me. Gonna leave my little heretic behind for the minute. She needs to rest after the incident with the former head of the Bombalensis family, I think. Ooh. The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman with the long full dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short greying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementa Westarian, court chancellor of the von Valencius dynasty. On behalf of all Dragonis, please accept my deepest condolences for the untimely passing of Theodora von Valencius. Her departure is a terrible blow. But as one star expires, another flares to life. And although you still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She returns, and the lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. A young man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants as the thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Scalander, secretary of the administrative department. I hope your journey to Draconis was not darkened by unwanted troubles. The Emperor protected us on our journey through the stars. Achilles makes us sign the Aquila, and may he remain merciful to us till the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Ben Drivestream has been notified of your notified of your arrival on Dragonus, and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for his official visit are well in hand, but your lordship has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on, Commander. What did you say your last name was? You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Westarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of services is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function within the mechanism. Chancellor Westarian has held her position at the Montvalensis court for many years. She earned Lord Theodorus' respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. The Emperor blesses those who strengthen humans' domain through their deeds. You have reason to be proud of your progeny. Thank you, Lord Captain. I'd like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. Also where the study and the audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightened with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of the arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It's ready whenever you... Why wasn't the governor here to meet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dragonus. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel great distances of your domain. Chancellor Westarian appears unruffled. We cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness was a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what's acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new noted. You're dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness. May I have a request to make? Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain can spare a few minutes for conversation with me. I'm certain you find my report on the state affairs of Von Valence's protectorate most useful. Ooh. He wants to talk to me. Let's see what he's got to say, shall us? We have loots. Educational Center. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, there's nobody here. Ooh. More goods. Before we go talk to Yulet, we are going to leave that there. Again, thanks for your time. For the minute, I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.